It's been a while, but I'm back with a rundown on everything new coming in Operation High Caliber. Firstly, if this video is at all helpful, can you help us out with the algorithm by liking? If you have any questions, I'll try and answer them in the comments. There's a new defender coming out called Thorn. She's a new weapon, which is a 50 caliber SMG, has a 23 round mag. It's a pretty slow fire rate and there's low recoil. You can have an angled grip equipped and there's no ACOGs on it. Supposedly the gun's meant to be good for destruction. In my experience, it isn't really. You're better off using shotguns, DMRs, impacts, anything like that. Gadget is a proximity explosive. When an attacker walks within the radius, a short timer will start and the attacker will have to shoot the gadget or leave the radius. Seems to work pretty well in combination with Melusi. The map rework for Season 4 is on Outback with plenty of changes made to the map, a lot less open space to give the attackers a bit more of a fair chance. With major changes to garage, balcony, there's changes everywhere. It's a huge map change. Team colors have also been changed. The new default colors for the game are going to be blue and red to go with the box cover art and all that stuff. You can still change it to blue and orange, the classic colors in the settings. And when you load into a match, you'll also see that instead of saying blue team versus orange team, it'll say your team versus opponents. Supposedly these changes were made because newer players were getting a bit confused what teams they were on. So there you go. This season we have major changes coming to the heads-up display with the whole system being redone and updated, supposedly future-proofed. You'll now see both weapon ammo counts from your screen. You'll be able to see your gadget, what ammo that's using for like Zofia and Capitao. You'll be able to see how much charge Clash's shield has and like the durability of Sledge's hammer, stuff like that. The ping system has also had a minor change now as well, showing not just the location of where you are, but the location of where you ping, to help try and learn callouts for where you're pinging and just better explain where you're pushing, stuff like that. And maybe the most obvious and the only bad part of the heads-up display, in my opinion, is the new compass. It's the most obvious thing. It's not the best looking thing, that's for sure. I've noticed if you can disable it in the heads-up display settings, but it will also remove the location of where you're standing, which is a bit annoying, but I feel like it's going to be what everyone's going to be doing. The compass design's much larger, much brighter, and it's supposed to stand out from like the operator arms, make it a bit easier to notice. And yeah, it definitely stands out. As well as that, you'll see new images in the game. For example, there'll be little images showed deploying a gadget, barricading a wall, or a reinforcement. This can also be very distracting, I reckon. You'll notice when you're holding the diffuser, there's a thing constantly on your screen. It's not great. You can also disable these in the settings as well. Like I said before, with the new heads-up display, Ubi's added the ability to disable and enable a ton of these in the game, in the settings. So if you find any of them heaps distracting, there's a way to remove them, but unfortunately you can't go back to the old design, so there we go. Spectating sims have also had some minor changes. This could be a bug that I found in the test server, but I don't think so. I wasn't the only one who experienced it. But when you're spectating a teammate, it's going to sound like there's someone walking like 2 steps and just a step behind them, and it's going to be really off-putting. Also, there's going to show an operator card when you're spectating someone. Same within the kill cam, it's going to show an operator card. Also, I think it's very distracting, but you can't disable it. It might just be a thing it takes a bit to get used to. Defending gadget cameras will now be disabled when they're placed outside for longer than 10 seconds. They can be picked up and placed again and work fine normally. I was told this was supposed to be a Valk buff, because Valk cameras are going to be more useful with intel from inside. I don't know. I feel like you'll definitely see a few less Valk plays this season. Finka had a huge rework as well. She no longer completely removes vertical recoil, so it's not going to mess your aim up when your teammate spams Finka out of nowhere. It does seem to stop horizontal recoil a little bit, which is good. And she can also revive herself from the down but not out. She can also revive herself from the down but not out stage with her stim ability, sort of like the old Zofia thing, you know. We will be getting a nickname ability. I'm pretty sure this won't be out in the release of the season. I wasn't given a date or a time for this one. But it'll be in the settings, just near where you can add matchmaking delay and hide your ping, plays like that. I'm not sure if you'll be able to I wouldn't be surprised if you can just queue ranked and act like take your nickname to bowl or sport. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a common thing this season or whenever this is released. And for the people who use R6 Fix, there's been a UI overhaul, making it more compatible for console players, making it mobile compatible to use, including notifications for users to track updates on tickets. The idea is to have devs be directly in contact with the player, so the 6 people who use that can enjoy that. And there's been a few minor changes to the test server, the main thing being once the season launches, the test server will be active with more extreme changes. It's called a lab test server. not necessarily things that are likely to come to the game, but just want to test stuff out like that, you know?
Hello.
Now for where I've been, I haven't really been doing anything. I've been playing a little bit of Apex, a little bit of Siege, a lot less than I used to. And I'm going to try and get I don't know, maybe a couple of vids out a month. I know I've got maybe another vid planned for this month, and I want to do I might do an Apex rank or a Siege rank. Like, I got clips just stored up from months of, you know, not uploading. So I'm going to use some of that stuff. And as for not doing one of these for the last season, my region didn't exactly get the chance to have the early access. Even for this season, we didn't even get 24 hours access to the server, so a lot of this seems rushed. I might have missed a few things that I have to just wait and see, or I might have got a few things wrong, but if I do, I'll put them in the comments and let you all know. And yeah, thanks for watching.